So, Angela, how do we begin this official transmission? And excuse the camera, we're recording this on Angela's MacBook through a Zoom recording, and my laptop is here recording the Zoom call, and I've got my PC in front of me with the monitor of stuff I'm going to cover. It's the most ghetto streaming setup possible, but it's we were trying to figure this out for about 10 minutes, but so far so good. Hopefully we don't break the internet. So, I mean, eventually we want to break the internet with the stuff we're going to show you, but for now it should be good. So there's not going to be much video on this. The video lighting is awful. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and share the screen, which is, there we go, desktop, right? No, I don't want to share desktop. I want to share everything. Advanced, no. Hopefully it's going to share the whole desktop. Actually, I can check. Beautiful, I can check on my laptop. So there we go. So this is kind of the contents. Obviously, you guys are going to come in at different times, and I might move this video up. One second. There we go. Boom. Recording. Just making sure that the video is in the middle. Now, what's going to happen is obviously you guys are going to come in. I appreciate the reactions. This is epic. Like I said, this has gone a lot more traction than I expected. I was hoping a few of you guys would be like, "Oh, I like AI. I want to test this out. I want to see what it's about." But we have a whole team. We have a whole movement about to unfold. And really, this call is going to be super simple. There's not much talking back and forth about what this might be. This is going to be very direct of this is what me and Angela are doing. Here's what's working. Here are the GPTs. Here's how you can replicate this. Here's how you make money. Here's what we're going to do next. And I've got so many killer updates to go with. Now, Angela's going to be here, not just a pretty face, but she's going to show you some of the LinkedIn stuff, the Google Sheet stuff, because she's pretty much running this whole show. I'm running the business side of things, doing the clients, the systems, sales side of things. She's doing the mirror simulations and the DMs. Right now, if you imagine like a process, you guys are going to handle the DMs. Just go crazy, Facebook, LinkedIn, email, and I'm going to show you all the trainings. For now, it's just LinkedIn because it's the easiest. Then you're going to ping Angela when you have a lead ready for a mirror simulation. She's going to create it for you and then give you a link. And then you send it off, boom. Um, I will be pretty much doing the sales calls, Zoom calls. I'm more focused on just closing clients, making deals, working with clients on the deep level. That's gonna be my focus, my genius zone, so to speak. So to speak. Some of you have asked, okay, how do you provide value? Well, the values, my ideal day is going to be back-to-back Zoom calls. That's all I want to focus on. Angela's going to take care of this team and kind of most of the questions will be kind of answered. There's not too much in this process. It's very quite simple, especially when the AI does 95% of the work for you. But she will help maybe with the mirror simulations, maybe some of the branding, the LinkedIn page stuff, any like little quick tips and trips that she has. That's what I'm probably going to show today, really, most of them. And then you guys are going to be just boom, SWAT team attacking attacking the leads, the profiles, getting this mirror simulation out. Like I said, this simulation is what you tested. You tested a very basic version. The voice was basic, the model was basic. What we have for the actual clients is far more sophisticated, and I'm gonna make a video of the official voice demo that we use, and how good it sounds, and how clever it is, and how good it is communicating, connecting sentences. Because the one you tested was just a very basic demo, very cheap for me to run because I didn't want hundreds of people kind of and getting a massive bill at the end of the day. But I realized I'm gonna for the next round I'm gonna have the premium model again. So let's start from the top. I have some stuff already prepared. Sound, no, but I've got the browser stuff here. So let's move this Zoom thing out the way. We got the LinkedIn stuff. The reason we start LinkedIn, by the way, originally is because to create the simulation mirror links, we literally copy and paste the profile, feed it into two prompts that we run, and then create a simulation. And then we put that into the voice agent. So the more information we have about the lead, the better, because it's custom. It's a super custom demo about their business, about their life, about their bottlenecks or their process or their company. For you guys, it was just the same bot, same agent. For clients, potential clients, we go a bit deeper. We make a custom simulation. They get massive value. We're going to show some of these messages where people are like, this is freaking impressive. How can I refer people? How can I book a call? How can I get more information about this? So that's what we're kind of looking for. I want to start off with, yeah, let's do 30,000 for view. I've got a few things prepared mentally, and I might look over here for the actual list of stuff I want to cover. I may not cover all of it, but right now, me and Angela have been spending so much freaking time condensing this flow. So the flow, the 30,000 foot view that you want to see is find a lead or connection, which we're going to show you how to find leads based on leads we already have. Um, Send them the first DM, which is generated by AI. Send them the second DM, which is literally copy and paste because AI generates that for you. And send the third DM, which is also generated by AI. Hopefully, starting to get the picture. Now, once they say yes to this mirror simulation, boom, Angela takes over. She sends you a link, and then cool. That's pretty much where you're kind of set. Where we continue now is Angela asks for a referral. We'll drop them to a VSL, which is a video sales letter. That's what it stands for. Later, this is going to be a page website, full-on page website with use cases, testimonials, screenshots. A little bit like the Quantum Leap OS you guys may have seen. And I want to cover that Quantum Leap is not what we're promoting with this. Quantum Leap was the kind of the foundation of this, where we essentially were able to clone people's kind of identity as we do for clients to make an alter ego version of them that they can speak to. So Quantum was the beginning. And actually, I want to give you the Quantum Challenge, which is a piece of Quantum, which is actually being sold for $100. So there's nothing for sale here. I'm going to give you all the tools, lead with value, lead with prompts. We can figure out payments and hourly and all this shit. But right now, I'm one getting funding from clients so I can pay you guys. I'm closing up an old project, and I have a better idea in terms of a bonus commission that instead of book calls, because book calls is further down in the process, so you kind of have to wait longer. There's more steps to go through. What Angela and I are thinking is we're going to simply pay you for this mirror simulations. So as soon as someone says yes to the mirror simulation and they test it, they open it up, we get a notification, and then you get an instant cut, like $20, $25. I'm still figuring out how it's going to work. The math is going to work. And that's just far, far better because what we're going to show you and how easy this is to create these messages is just more fun for you. Less communication needed because for book calls, there was like, okay, now we've got to wait for them to book the call. And then how do we track that? I was like, how can I track this without, missing any commissions? Because obviously I want to pay you guys. I don't want to just miss the book call and who did it come from? It's just too many like unknowns the further down the process you go, as you may have experienced if you've promoted any affiliate stuff. Cookies get raised, etc. With this, it's so simple because you've got the free messages and we can see the reply and we can see who's done the simulation. It's 123 generated by AI, and then we know who's done the simulation. To the point, we're going to have automations, because I'm speaking with a developer right now, where we're simply going to have a Airtable or like a Google Sheet where we simply tick two boxes and the simulation is created in like 60 seconds. Right now, it takes Angela about like 15 minutes to create a simulation because we have to do it manually. You put in GPT, then post a second prompt and set up in the voice tool. We're getting it down to 60 freaking seconds. So you can imagine how quickly we can pump these out. My goal is to get to 100 a week. That's what Angela and I are going to do by ourselves. And the next step is going to be 1,000 a week. And these are premium simulations that literally feel like an intimate connection and a conversation that a business owner can have. One that they probably never had with their founders, never probably had with their wife or spouse. Is very deep, very intimate, very powerful, far more advanced than the one you tested. And you're going to see, of course, me show demos of this and client stuff and client Zoom calls and me closing sales. All that training is going to come later for the SWAT team and support team. For now, I'm going to, did I say SWAT team? No, I say sniper team and yeah, sniper team, support team. For the SWAT team, this is what we're focused on. This is it. I don't want to overwhelm you. This is one part of the business. So to slow it down a little bit, um, there's three parts to any business. So here's some education for you. Why I've split it this way. There's always lead gen. There's always lead generation, whether it's ads, cold outreach, direct mail. There's always lead generation, step one. Then there is the sales, the order fulfillment. And then there's the delivery of the product. whatever it is. Is it shipping? Is it a service you do? So there's only three pillars in any business. It's really quite simple when you think of it this way. So we have the SWAT team for the lead gen, the sniper team for the sales, boom, in our case, one-on-one, and the support team for the fulfillment, for the delivery, for the automations, for the voice setup for clients, whatever. There's only three parts of this business. So whether, of course, you're starting off as a SWAT team member, but if you want to ever move up to a sniper team member where you learn sales with me, we role play, we use AI to role play, and you want to get on Zoom calls or do actual calls with clients, hit me up. This is a very, very powerful team member, and I can obviously compensate you far, far, far more than just find the lead for me. And then there's the support role where you kind of help me build out automations or you help run things with clients specifically, which is a bit more kind of custom, etc., depending on the deal I have. So that's kind of the three roles. Right now, hopefully it's making sense. This is the SWAT team flow. So exactly, SWAT team flow, what we're doing right now to get leads and to attempt to push them over and close those leads. So this is now blending from referral to book a call. This is now switching to sniper team role, which is what I'm taking over currently just by myself. But later I want to expand this team so other people can take that role and I can move up a level and only work with clients. So, my role will be literally to meet clients, go to their offices or, meet them in London like we did with Jeffrey for the Mind Valley thing. We met him, we made a deal, signed NDAs, talk about business stuff. Oh, who can we do this for? Great, you know this guy, let's do it with this guy. So that's gonna be my role. Very much negotiations on the higher level. But right now I'm essentially structuring the team so everything works without me, which is a mark of a true entrepreneur, a true business, which is what I'm trying to educate you guys on. You're seeing the real build out of in my opinion, $100 million company about to become, on that trajectory. So you're literally seeing it live, documented. And my intention is to document everything because I've wanted to do this for a long, long, long time. Because it's not the end result that's exciting. Because when you watch Alex Hormozy or someone else, they got the final version, they're millionaires, billionaires even. And it's hard to relate. But when someone's actually building this step by step by step by step and breaking it down to literal small levels, and you get to see that, you get to see the mistakes, the failures, the grind, how we've changed the prompts, which I've got to get into. I've spent 100 hours on this one prompt alone that I'm giving you for these three DMs. And we've tested it. We did the God prompts originally, which was what the training was. Then we changed that to the simulation. We tried to do cold mirror simulations where it's more of a monologue. Now it's more of a question based. Then we tweaked this to fit even better. Then we removed the third DM because we realized, okay, if someone's given us yes and a yes on the first DM, we don't need a third yes because it's a bit overkill. We can just send them the simulation. So this has been refined and refined and refined because if you built any funnel, like I have, you understand that this process is like a chain. It's literally a chain. And the process is only as strong as its weakest link. So I'm constantly pinpointing where is the weakest link in this process? Where are we losing business? Where are we losing customers? Where's the friction? Is it the beginning when we send a connection request? Oh, great. Let's put automation tools in place. Let's now send a connection request with the note or the first DM. That was the idea yesterday. Instead of adding the connection and then sending DM, we could just put it right away in there. Then we tweaked number two, which was better because people were confused by simulation or it was too good to be true because I was talking about too many topics. I was talking about, by the way, you're going to see the DMs in action. We're going to show you to make more sense. It was just talking about too much. It was talking about onboarding, executing, and doing stuff for your business, which was just too much for people to understand. And someone who said this sounds too good to be true, literally, in their own words. And we're like, okay, it kind of does. Let me break it down and make it much more manageable because it's just like a lead magnet. These are all just lead magnets, small little opt-ins that we get to eventually deliver the big thing, the value, and then the referral, and then the book call. And then they're ready for me and they're a qualified lead. If I was to do this on my own, which I used to do, I'll just message and get them on a meeting. But that's not a very qualified lead. The reason for this process is to disqualify people in the process. However, still attract and make it as tight as possible and optimized enough for the right people. So all this has been fine-tuned. It's literally copywriting. When I write prompts, since I did a lot of copywriting for funnels, is essentially copywriting delivered through prompts. Because GPT is not very good at delivering copy. It's terrible, in my opinion. And it has to be kind of refrained and given templates to stick to. So, see, my screen has died on my PC. There we go. So that's pretty much the process. And it gets to me, I requalify, do a Zoom call, and do a sale. Very, very easy. Hopefully, it's very understandable at this point. So what can we dive into next? We have the challenge, the payments, this Discord. Why I'm doing Discord? The reason I'm doing Discord is because I eventually want to live stream this stuff in Discord itself so we can have the chat. You know, like your favorite streamers on if you play video games or anything, they have their streams, they have their chat. I can hear questions, I can ask questions, I can pull up my webpage, I can show you the stuff live, so which is going to be fun. I want to do it for a long, long time. And then we're going to take those videos and create short form content to refeed on the LinkedIn posts, Instagram posts, Twitter posts, and I'll give you the content I make of the best videos that you can repost it. Later, if you want to make your own content, that's another conversation we can have. It's technically not part of the free teams. I mean, it could be technically SWAT team because you're generating leads through inbound leads. So all of this is outbound. Content is inbound. If we create content, leads come to us. And that is where this is heading because as Angela and I have noticed that yeah, we can send DMs, but it'd be nice if people reach out to us based on the videos they watch or the interviews or the shorts, the long form content. It's just a far easier lead to close. But lo and behold, they go through the exact same process because this DM is exactly structured. And maybe you can show some of these leads that messaged you first, and then you basically took the same very GPT and then continued on the process. So it doesn't matter if you message them or they message you. The flows is very, very well done, in my opinion. Okay, in my biased opinion.
Thanks.
But you guys, yeah, you guys here to test and give me feedback. Never, 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 never be worried about giving me feedback. Like I live off feedback. I get dopamine off feedback. So I tell Angela, like, don't just nod your head. Give me feedback. Like, because I have blind spots. I'm so tunnel vision in my business that I miss certain things. Oh, the audio quality was bad on the simulation. Tell me. Oh, this message said this, or oh, hey, this person said this is too robotic. Great. All that feedback is going to be fine-tuned. So the next person you message is going to get an ultimate version. That's how we've spent so much time on this prompting to make sure it's just as tight as possible. Which GPT-5 has kind of took us a step back. If you have GPT-5 in your account, it doesn't matter, but we still have 4.0 on my PC. Have GPT-5, and this is that shift that's happening now. And GPT-5 is a little bit more not as edgy as I want it to be, but it still works perfectly. I'm going to show you. So what are we doing? We've got the flow down. We've got the syndicate. The reason I named it the syndicate, by the way, is if you've got old Frank Kern, as you may have seen him, a syndicate is exactly what we're generating here. Is as you can see, we are sometimes targeting a specific customer or a market of customers, which is what we're doing. And with a syndicate, we're able to approach that person in different ways. Angela and I can add the same person, and they'll be like, "Oh, why is the second person add me about this one thing?" Or once we give you these batch of leads per week or month or whatever we figure out, which we've actually gone for and added ourselves, for you to add this and the third team member and the fourth and the 10th and the 20th to add the same person is gonna get their attention. Whether they said no to us or yes or ghosted us, it doesn't matter because I know the third, fourth, fifth, 10th team members are eventually gonna get their attention. And you don't really need to message these guys, although we recommend it for now, since it's such a small unit we're working with. I mean, there's like 30 or 40 of you in here, so we can work with that. Um, but in time, you can imagine once the 50 of team members added the same person. To us, it's just funny. And what I'm thinking as well is to highlight some. So the yellow ones are leads we've actually gone through, and I've had a call with them. They're somewhat a lead, but we can still add them. Don't message these guys in yellow. Message the ones that are not highlighted. But soon there'll be targets, literally targets, where they'll be like, highlighted in orange or something or like purple, where if you get a hold of this person, I'll literally pay you like a headhunting fee, like, $50 or something. And there's certain people we've been trying to reach, like our actual Dream 100 clients that have responded but then ghosted us or whatever. So if you're able to approach them via email or call or freaking knocking on their house, no, don't be too crazy. They're not, they're not, finding them. Hopefully not kidnapping them. Please don't kidnap
Right.
anybody. Then I'll pay you like, like $50 or $100 for like a specific lead. It's like, high value targets or VIP clients. So that's gonna be fun. That's our idea behind the syndicate because in time, this team is gonna surround those customers and we're gonna literally attack the market like sharks or whatever, or piranhas, but sharks in a way because you can circle it. And then we'll have our own kind of network built in. And the beauty is, I want to mention as well, this is my profile, but I want to mention, bring attention to this, mutual connections. At the beginning, it may be slow. So you can ch chime into this. It can be a little bit slower because you're building up your profile. You're building your copy. What do you write on your copy? What banner do you make? I'm gonna fix all this. I'm gonna have prompts for the about section, the bio. You can essentially copy and paste Angela and I's profile and run for a prompt, and it'll write all the stuff for you. The banner, I have professional designers to make banners that our team has a similar feel to it. So I want to make like a congruent, universal branding that someone can recognize. It'd be changes, of course, it'd be different colors, but the feel of it will be recognized. Almost like you recognize a brand or like, Gucci or some shit. You can kind of, even though it's a different style of bags or t-shirts, you can tell, oh, that's Gucci or something. So it's going to be a similar feel where if someone else, another client sees it, they're like, oh, wait a minute, I've seen this before. So subconsciously, we're kind of trolling people, and I love to troll people, as you guys are going to see. I have that type of personality. I like to just kind of fuck with people because it's funny. It's funny. Even some of these follow-ups we want to send, we're going to send funny gifs. A lot of this process is not professional. This isn't a corporate thing where we're like trying to be corporate and professional. We're having as much fun as possible. We're sending funny gifts. We're hitting at people because I understand that there is true abundance. We have an abundance of leads. We're never going to run out of leads. I'd rather have fun in the process, reach out to cool people who vibe with our energy because, the whole point is to make money and make sales. So why would I work with some stiff person who can't understand a joke? Like this is all designed to work with cool people because you're probably going to meet the clients that we work with. You're probably going to go to the masterminds. When I hold events in London or America or whatever, you're going to meet these clients. You're going to meet other team members. So it makes sense to actually vibe as human beings rather than try and be forced in this corporate structure where we're just literally droids trying to, just check in, check out. Like that's not the life we want to live. Like this has to be some cohesive ecosystem or unit that actually works together and actually wants to have fun and hang out. So hence I'm very pleased when Discord, people are engaging, they're leaving reactions, comments. It's fun. Okay, let's keep the fun going. Let's keep momentum going because this is the main direction we're going to go in. So to go on my tangent and reverse. I have many tangents, as you can see. And the mutual connections is powerful because as you add more people, your mutual connections gets bigger. So the more kind of people you add the more people you add, the higher that gets. And the next person you add sees, oh, I've got 14 mutual connections with this person. Maybe I should add them. Maybe I should check it out. So it gets easier and easier and easier and easier as your network grows because you're personally growing your network, you're personally growing your own brand, which is my intention. You can be your own brand. You're going to make your own content. You're going to write your own posts. Right now, I'll give you that content to do in the prompts, but eventually I want you to kind of think for yourself and, not just be a clone of me, to have your own thinking, have your own ideas, even disagreements. I'll happily have a debate with you if you want to fire up a Zoom call and just talk about ideas about AI and we can make that into content. We can clip that. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. If you understand the vision, whatever we can do to expand on the vision, I'm all ears. Like, this is what an entrepreneur does. So I'll let kind of Angela take over because this has been a monologue at this point. Angela can show you some of the process. You can probably go into some of the messages. Again, just show me what you would show them what you would show me in terms of messaging. And the syndicate we've covered, some of the high value targets. Just fire up. Go for it.
Okay,
Talk
yeah.
about it.
So,
Maybe show some. Okay, how do you think? Mainly, I want to capture is look.
yeah,
I have a
how
certain
I
way of
think.
working. I like things polished. I like my desktops on like maximized on my MacBook. She has a totally different way of working, which is good. Okay, you don't have to copy me. I tried to make her the maximizations. She's not doing it. She has a browser here. She has her own little system for focus stuff, which I don't do. But she stars certain leads. All
Mm,
good. I appreciate it.
yeah.
So, walk them through how you think when you kind of go at this.
So
You
before, yeah,
you wake up in the morning, boom,
yeah,
what's your
yeah.
initial thoughts?
So before we were finding out that I actually can send a message before I connect with someone, what I was doing the night before, or the evening before, I was actually focusing maybe half an hour to connect with certain leads. Personally, I do have Sales Navigator to find leads, but you can do it even without.
Yeah.
Whoever you think will be a fit, and of course they have money,
Yeah.
go for it.
We'll,
It
we'll,
can be
we'll
anyone.
we'll cover Sales Navigator next. It
Yeah.
is a powerful tool. Again, we don't want to just pummel you to death on the first video. We're going to cover as much as we can bit by bit, but Sales Navigator is a cool tool, which we'll show later. For now, you don't need it.
And then, so I was trying to connect maybe with at least 20 new leads. Then next day in the morning, first thing, of course, you do have your own
This
routine.
is where you go, you basically check my network, right?
Yes,
That's what
exactly.
I
I
do.
check my
And then you
network
check,
and then the last ones,
boom,
normally
connections,
I know,
boom.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then just DMs, DMs, DMs.
Which you can do with Control Command. I think you can just open these people like this, bang, bang, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you just
exactly. And just
fire the
open
profiles, have a
with,
look, oh, cool, blah, blah, blah. And I guess when you see someone actually accept your connection request, that is
yeah,
full permission to send them
yeah,
a message.
yeah.
Full permission. Don't be shy. Don't be like, oh, I'm disturbing this guy's day. Like, no.
They
Well,
actually expect it on LinkedIn.
exactly. That's
They
why
expect
that's why we
you
focus on this
to
platform
DM
because
them.
it's the best for this. And you can see mutual. So yeah, the reason this guy probably accepted is because he sees, oh, she has
Yeah,
free mutual connections. And as your network grows, I think that's the way LinkedIn works because it has first degree, second degree,
yeah.
third degree. So I think to get access to third degree, you need to be connected to somebody else who knows this person. So the more you connect, the more your network expands and the more likely you get responses. But it still works super well at the beginning.
It does. And what I want to mention is that maybe from when I first started, I was having like 500 connections,
500
like
connections.
in few weeks. And in few weeks,
Oh,
it was like
yeah, you
more
get to
than
the maximum.
1,000.
Yeah,
So it really works.
yeah. It helps a
It's
lot.
quick.
Yeah, it helps a lot if do you have a customized profile already? Or was it just was it just your corporate profile?
No, no, no. Actually, it's my personal corporate profile, but it's
So
more
let me
about
see. Where are you?
what we do now.
Click this. This bullshit. See, sometimes I forget to use LinkedIn itself. There we go.
Well, it's my own crazy
Yeah,
style, so everyone can.
763 profiles. I think mine's got like 10. Well, so yeah, get attention. We're going to do the about content. We're going to revamp the content. We've yet to focus on content ourselves, and we know once we start putting out the demos of the AI stuff itself, it's going to be a lot better.
Yeah, for now it's just
Quantum Leap. That was our kind of main company. Right now, this is the expansion of that. This is a premium offer of Quantum Leap. So we're not promoting Quantum Leap itself, the website, which I mean by this. Did you add the website to this?
no.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. It's probably easier. So what did you do? You did this.
Mm.
This is not too important. We're gonna create prompts to write all this stuff for you, but for now you can put something, go on Canva, get a free thing, or use GPT to create you a banner, whatever. Right now, just get out there, get a profile that looks actually functional, like not just a blank thing and blank bio like you sometimes see. Make it look functional. Later, we're gonna really revamp this stuff. So another thing I want to mention is how do you know who to add? This is a big part of this on
Yeah.
of the avatar stuff
That's a great question.
because we can skip right away to the syndicate
Yeah, I
and
think
pull
that
out
could
some
take
of
a
these.
yeah. And then you
So let's
just
just pull out some of these, and I'm gonna comment these myself. I haven't even prepped this list or like seen it myself. God, your mouse is so buggy. She has the reverse trackpad, which is spins me out, drives me nuts. So
my
let's see
job
some
is
profile.
like
Yeah.
me.
So I'm looking at some of these profiles. I'm gonna see author in
I think those are really at the beginning, these ones, because I think they're in order.
89 mutual connections. Jesus Christ.
Hmm.
Empower yourselves. Some of these, I forgot what they call, like Lions, whatever, LinkedIn something something, where they have tons of followers because they're part of these groups that like just share followers or some shit. I don't know. Author Productivity Life Coach. We're kind of moving away from the coaching aspect.
Yeah.
Quantum was very good for that because that's what we focus on. But right now, the simulation can truly be applied to anyone, which is good because you don't have to filter leads as much. What we normally go for is someone with what you say, 1,000 followers plus.
No, 5,000.
5,000,
No
okay.
going less
Even
than that. I
even
don't even
crazy.
add them.
Well, for you guys, you can probably add someone a
But yeah,
thousand
you do.
plus because she's using Sales Navigator, so she can filter this. But right now is, I don't want you to skip over leads because they're under 5,000. Right now, you want to get your connections up to expand it. So just add whoever, and then we can pick and choose. So some of these are good. The thing I look for is the profile like
Active.
active.
Yeah.
So he's posted, 4 days ago, great.
Everyone.
Is
Mm.
featured has the feature section, has about section, great. Because this is going to be so good for the well, first off the DMs, as we're going to show you, and it's going to be really good for the simulation. So the more data the profile has, the better. The better the result's going to be. And other stuff, job stuff doesn't matter to be honest. It's just the first section. So he's all right. He has got followers. Jay Williams, moving seven-figure bonus. Anything related to money and then working with really high value clients is great because I charge a premium price for the product. Great. And the AI simulations work really well for the coaches because they're stuck. They're busy. They're dealing with clients. The AI adds a piece to their business, almost like literally like an employee, as we were thinking today. Like for them to add this, they would need to pay someone $100,000 salary or whatever, $100,000 cash salary to do these roles. So we're essentially adding an employee into the business that can work 24/7. So this is essentially the kind of people we go with. Not so much the corporate people, and definitely not employees of different companies, which may be hard to find or distinguish. But anyone who's a founder, anyone who's a creator, CEO,
Mm.
CTO, maybe not too corporate, on the higher brackets of the hierarchy, so to speak, because they can make those decisions, and I can actually pitch them. So uh, this guy's solid, a lot of great content, a lot of recent content, a lot of followers. Nice. Uh, just close that syndicate bit. Close that. Let's see someone else. Cool banner. Again, a lot of good followers. American. I personally like to go for the T1 countries, America, UK, Ireland, Australia,
Europe.
because they have more disposable cash and money. Like, maybe the other countries you may find, a rich guy in there, probably, but it's not like a race thing or like a culture thing. It's just generally Americans and generally Americans, to be honest, have more disposable income and can afford the product. If it's like a $2,500 package or a $5,000, done for you setup, more likely they're gonna be able to afford that. So, keep in mind, not necessary because with the simulations, we're just so excited for someone to experience a new technology like you guys did, and you're gonna experience the new version too, which is far better. And it's just fun. Like I want people to go for it. When we listen to some of these kind of recordings and we see, they've like they have a 20-minute conversation, they're asking questions, they're thinking about it, they're pausing. We're like, wow, that person's having a cool experience. We're literally in the experience business. We create a cool event, a little mini event for them, and they have an experience. Like that's what I like. That's what I like to hear. And then whether they want to become a customer or whatever, that's up to them. Hence the pricing model of, little bonus cuts for the simulation. The more simulations you send, the more bonus you get. Say if it's, $20, send five simulations to 5 people. That's $100 earned in a day, which with these DMs I'm about to show you is really not too difficult compared to the work at least I've done before AI and sending DMs and training teams on how to send DMs. Because back in the day, it was like an entire course. It took me a month to explain to people how to write DMs, how to write cold emails, how to phrase it, make sure the grammar is correct. Now AI literally does it all for you. Like you literally cannot mess this up. It went from like PhD master level degree of DMing and cold DMs and copywriting to literally copy and paste. Like this is the gap we've gone down. Like the simplicity has just dropped to literally like honestly chimpanzee levels. And I don't mean that in a rude way. Like I could probably we could probably train a chimpanzee to kind of
Anyone.
send a DM. I'm not saying chimpanzees, of course. It's not my joke. I'm just saying it's so easy to do this part of the business that once you've mastered this, you've got your network up, your content, you can move on to the next level. You can maybe have your own team under you or referrals where we can work out that structure. But once you've kind of mastered this, it's a very easy step into this business, into what we do, and there's not much time needed on your part. You can still do all your other projects, you can still do all your other hobbies. You can log in and do this for an hour a day if you so choose at the beginning. Angela went crazy and did the full time.
Depends. Yeah, for
Of
me,
course, I do full time.
a bit
Um,
crazy.
because it's a direct correlation. Like I send more, I build my network, I make more. Like it's just in sales is beautiful because it's truly put more effort in, get more output. With a job per hour, like yeah, I can pay you guys hourly and I will. So I'm happily pay hourly, which you will earn less, by the way. You will learn less getting paid hourly. But if you so choose to start there, great. But I want to show that, look, the more effort you put into hourly, you don't get paid more. You get paid the hourly. Whereas if you're a growth mindset individual like us, you understand, oh, the more I work on this, one, I enjoy it, number one. It's fun. Time flies by. Like this week has flown by. Flown by. The amount of work we've done as well. And just the shifts we've done. So it's fun and you get paid more. It's like, again, we can come back to that topic, but it's pretty simple to understand at this point. So I know I wanted to show the GPT like an hour ago. Let's just fire up. And what you guys will have, Angela, you can take over the screen. How do you do this? You have your
Okay.
GPT. So
Yeah.
instead of copy and paste the prompts, I have a GPT for you. Super simple, even simpler now.
So you go, let's say, in this profile.
Yes, speak up. What are you doing?
Oh, sorry.
Don't just.
Forgot. Okay, so I go on the profile, open the
Okay.
profile,
Okay, open a good profile.
check if it's the right one,
Okay.
and then Control A
Yeah, Control or Command A on
or
Mac,
Command, yeah.
and then
And
C.
then
I
Control C.
I already showed this in the Rule of 100 training, which you should have gone through. So, the mechanics are there. We're just kind of highlighting it. And
And then
then
you go back to ChatGPT.
let's just move the zoom window, the zoom in camera in the way. So yeah, GPT.
And
You
then,
find your GPT, which you have the link in the members area, or I'm going to post in Discord.
yeah, and then you just paste it or Control Command V,
I've been
whatever you
crazy.
have. And you
Everything I show.
wait. But no,
So
it's pretty
this is still GPT
nice.
4.0, which is fine. But then you can see, boom, it's literally right in the prompt for you. What happens when your own voice starts pitching film ideas to clients before they wake up? So we're working this message. We've from the I'm not sure what previous trainings we've seen. The God prompt one. Not sure if they saw the previous prompt. We can show some of the previous versions.
Yeah.
So the way this goes is, look, there's oh there we go, still writing. I
Okay.
was like,
Yeah.
where's the Vapi link? So first one is just the opener based on their profile, and the way it's written is personal. It's got the dots. It doesn't look like AI, and it looks like you've actually read their profile. Because I didn't see any of his Mozart stuff or whatever. It's kind of a joke. Can sell coffee and can play NFL. What happens when your own voice starts pitching film ideas to clients before you wake up? This is a pattern interrupt. On LinkedIn, everybody gets block-sized messages, which we've sent as well, by the way. We're guilty as well. Arrest us. So we switched it. We're like, okay, let's lead with something like personal and exciting. That's just like kind of like a bit edgy, and you get people to respond back like, haha, or yeah, that's cool. Tell me more. And that's literally what they say. And then we take the next message. Cool. I've been prototyping new technology that lets founders, let me zoom this in because I know some people aren't going to see it. That lets founders clone themselves, not as a text or chat, but like a voice note you can engage with. Think concept development. So this part is custom to him. Concept development, brief ideation. Well, I don't know what half the shit means, to be honest. But he does. He does. So I can get my team to spin up. I got my team. We changed this. First, we asked permission. Then we're like, you know what? Let's not pretend. Let's just say we already done this. So I got my team to spin up a custom simulation for you based on your profile. Let me know if you want the link. And it adds a little line at the bottom. Could be a wild way to scale your creative direction without cloning your brain daily. So it's custom to him. And if he replies to that, here's the link. Angela will give you the link for now. Later, you'll be able to create your own links. We're going to give you access to the dashboard. You can create it. You can see who's on the calls, how much bonuses you have, what the totals are per month, per week. We're going to go batshit crazy on this. Like, there's so much stuff coming our way where we're going to take this entire interface and put it on like an actual dashboard where we won't need to go in GPT and do this stuff manually. Like, you literally click a button You copy and paste the stuff into like a text input field, click a button, checkbox, and it'll do the stuff for you in a table or a dashboard. So right now we're doing this, but so far it works pretty damn good. And you essentially take this. I'm not sure if he messages this guy.
No, no, no. You can. We can do it now. Actually,
France. Boom. Send.
done. Easy
Done.
peasy. No
Looks
break.
normal, personalized, and then we can show you some of this stuff. So let's see. By the way, for next profile, you don't need to go start the GPT again. See this is the profile I won't go for.
Mm.
NHS is a
Yeah.
government's health system in UK. Like probably still a student. Anything
Hmm.
like corporate or health, like I don't want to mess with that industry. There's so many loopholes. Like I don't want to mess with that.
Too many rules.
Yeah, it's just like
Too many
no.
regulations now.
So let me see this the doctor whatever. She's an employee of Google. Obviously, she hasn't created
Mm.
Google. Um, yeah, anything for like related to the super big companies, the big tech companies, I don't want to really mess with because
I think she actually this. I think they added me, not me,
yeah,
because I wouldn't go for them for sure. Because look,
did she?
I don't have follow, so that means I didn't.
Well, screw it. Let's go pick her then, and then we go back to don't worry about that. So next one, it says ready for next one. The prompt is designed to ask you for the next one, and then like I literally copy and paste or hand look on paste and click enter, launch, and it'll do the next one.
Magic.
Sometimes, yeah, after you do like 10 of these, it may pull in fields, but I told it not to pull in fields. But every five or so, just click on the GPT again and then start again. Like so right now is gonna be, doing this thing. So what are you don't need to wait for this stuff to finish. Of course, you can just copy the next one. I've told it to split this into three. So you can go back.
Can I say something?
Yes, of course you can say that.
So basically, yeah, you see, I didn't connect with her. It's just
There's a message here.
he wants me. Yeah, because she's not my connection. I don't know how where we have it from.
Doesn't matter.
Anyway,
This is like 1 in 50 chance of seeing this. So what can we, this is an email, right? Um question about well, we might do that for email, something question about product or something like that.
it's been crazy. Digital
About
twins.
your health journey.
Okay, so after I just want
Whatever. I
to,
know it's an email, so in an email she's gonna see the headline and then
yeah.
she's gonna think about
But I was wanting to add because you said about the prompt. So when I see, the first thing when I see that sometimes ChatGPT is adding the name, that means I just need to refresh the thingy.
what name of
Because sometimes,
this person?
yeah, so sometimes when you use it for, I don't know, maybe every five
Yeah, or 10 times. Yeah.
uses, yeah. And when I see the name, that means I just need to refresh it and do it again.
How come? Because I told him not to put the name. And
Yeah,
that means
we
it's
shouldn't.
not following instructions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bad boy.
That's my, this is how I see.
Fair
I
enough.
feel
It means it started losing the context of the thing.
the prompt, yeah.
Which maybe GPT-5 will change, apparently.
Mm,
Some people say it has bad context window or like a memory window, sometimes not. But again, like every 5 leads or so, just
just
pick a
refresh.
new GPT. And you can put these into folders, by the way. Actually, you can't put these into folders. So they'll just live here. There are plugins, extensions where you can put into project folders, but another training for another day. So as you can see, look, this is literally written in a way that I mean, I must have had to spend like half an hour reading this profile and writing out the perfect DM, which was a pain in the ass before AI, pain in the ass, and so boring because sometimes you just want to message a lead and sometimes they don't get back to you. So you spend half an hour, if you've done appointment setting, half an hour message a lead and they'll get back to you, or they say no. It's like, oh, I wasted half an hour of my life. This way, we can pump like 10, 20 an hour out of this. So in terms of you then getting to this point and be like, hey, here's a link. Here's a simulation, here's value, here's a cool piece of technology that you've never experienced before in your life. Have a listen, have a conversation about it. This is all about you. It could be a clever way to scale your impact across startups and systems without expanding your screen time. Like whatever benefit that she needs or has or pain point, it's all embedded in the DMs. So the response rate is pretty good. And you can see some of these, let's see what we got. Awesome
Yeah.
good leads you got saved. Gian.
Okay, so can I share also my little tricks? with the organization on LinkedIn. I just remember
Oh,
now.
of course.
So what I do, guys, normally, so if you go here on focused, you can see other or chat or so normally this is with the generic LinkedIn messages, and then you can start this list. So normally, of course, because I was doing everything like the mirrors and everything, the
And
ones.
how do you start?
So you just go, let's say I send a simulation to this guy. Oh no, let's take, oh, look, Cristo.
There's a big
So,
lead. This is one of the VIP leads we want
yeah.
on the list.
So you just go
You
here.
click here, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you just go, or you do it, yeah, or star. So the star ones for me is the ones that I send already mirrors to all of them.
But remember, they're not sending the mirrors. So
Yeah, so this is
this
for me to
this can be for them
be.
if they reply back. So for example, say someone replies back to you, you can star them to make sure that you can sort your replies versus someone who hasn't replied or even seen your message. So that could be a way to
Yes.
organize.
Or maybe the ones they send it to me already
Okay, yeah, actually that'd be a bit better.
because it's like money.
Yes.
Start.
Okay, so star
Money
equals
coming in.
money. Star is money. If you send a third message, star them immediately
Yeah.
because that means it's easier for us to track back, and then you can, in case we need to send back that person or do a follow-up, it's all right there in the list.
And the ones that I need to follow, let's say the ones they answer already for the first message, then I just add them to jobs because that means I will follow with them. So how you do, let's say we add Vitaly. Vitaly.
Well, we were testing a bunch of
So
links.
you just go here again and you just put label as jobs. And when you go to jobs, you just have the list that you need to follow
Yeah.
with. And that's it.
Which could be okay, with those could be the replies. So jobs can be
Yeah.
replies and start is
Money.
yeah, cash money. Like in the star in Mario Kart or something like doo-doo. It's like a bonus. So those are the premium leads for
And the
that.
ones they don't want to hear about AI or anything, that I just put them on archive. You can
Archive?
archive it
Okay.
and
How do you archive them?
yeah, same. Just these bullets, and then
Yeah.
you just
To
go.
clean up your bit,
Yeah, I'm
you're not
like,
you're
I don't
not
want to see you anymore.
so you're not scrolling forever. Thanks.
Sorry. I wrote like
Let's
that.
go start. Eric Cook. Yeah, some of these leads are pretty good. I remember Eric. So just to show you some of the old versions that we did, this was the old prompts where we just literally slap him in the face with some prompt. And yes, some of it worked, others it didn't.
It's just from last week.
Yeah.
Can
So
you
we
imagine how
well,
much we changed
last
everything?
last Saturday is crazy.
So crazy.
This has gone through like 4 iterations. That's literally why it's called GPT-4 because it was one. I think this was like version number two. Then it was three, and then we completely redone it like the other day. So this was good. Most people didn't reply to this message because it looked like just a spammy. Even though it's customized, it's just too much of text to read. People are like, "Oh, this is obviously AI," blah blah blah. Then we would send voice notes, and I removed the voice note feature because it's now not necessary. We've removed one of those DMs, which was the voice note DM. Um, then let me see if we can zoom in because Andrew likes freaking microscopic levels of font, which I have a good eyesight as well, but it's just like let me get my binoculars out for this one. And then yeah, they reply back, blah blah blah. And the prompt is designed to literally say cool. So whatever they say, like just and I might even change some of these like to be like, oh, that's actually one of my best connectors is like, oh, that's actually perfect. Because whatever they've said is like, that's actually perfect. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They could have said anything. I'm like, that's actually perfect. And then I'll copy and paste my message. That's one of my go-tos, or just cool or amazing. And then you copy and paste. So this one already has that embedded in. So let me see. Cool.
Cool.
Whatever they said, cool. Um, then we go and paste this thing. What are the messages? Well, amazing. And then here's your simulation. We changed the simulation thing, so the VAPI link that we have is the third one. And then we essentially make this simulation, give them a short link, which Angela will give you this link, and then they can go ahead and try it. The automation we're building next literally creates these simulations. It creates simulation for us. It creates a short link. It creates the short link for us, and then we can send it to you in like literally says 60 seconds. Right now, it takes about 10, 15 minutes per lead. It's going to go drastically down. And that's what we can get to 100 a week and then 1,000 a week, which is an ultimate goal. So, ultimate goal once we get to that. And obviously, I'll document this whole thing. Yeah, there we go. My one doesn't have that when it clicks this. Oh well. Oh well. So, what else we got?
This was
Avatar. We've
everything.
covered a bit of the leads, the different teams. the Syndicate Google Sheet, the new pitch deck I'm about to do, and I'll explain what we're actually pitching and what we're selling as the premium offer. But in case you want to know where this is heading, and I'll show you some of the clients, etc., just so you can get a vision of the full picture for the ones of you who are interested about the whole process. Right now, this is super simple to do if you just want to focus on the lead gen side. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, I'm trying to use your trackpad from my PC.
But I can say also about the profile avatar because they will have also the syndicate list.
Yeah,
So they'll be adding these people. Then on the right hand side, I believe on LinkedIn, it's like people similar with.
yeah, like
I
here.
can do that. No, like
Yeah, so the
I
beauty,
do
like
use this sometimes.
right now, this is cool. I mean, a bunch of AI people because it's just relating to whatever the syndicate list is.
Yeah.
We're giving you this list so you can actually go and add these people. One, to trigger the syndicate idea where they're like, okay, this is like the 10th person that added me about freaking AI clones or whatever. Epic. Then it's just a way a curated list for you, which I might go through and tweak and remove some of the profiles which aren't a good fit.
Mm.
Just so you get a good primed list, you essentially teach your LinkedIn algorithm to be like, cool, these are the people I connect with. Show me more of these people. Because, if you start adding like dentists or like plumbers, doctors, like there's not the people we want to go for. They're not going to get the value from this tool. But when it's like CEOs of AI companies and, founders and creators and coaches, they'll be like, oh shit, this is epic. Salespeople is another one. Um, yeah, it's gonna be much easier and easier. So everything we've done with Angela is just like we've tested this, we've broken it, we've spent like 14-hour days working. We'll go like to the mall, do like work there, go hotel lobby, do work there, rewrite prompts, do this. I'll come back, I'll have Zoom calls. Then we'll analyze the calls. Then we'll do something else. Then we'll be up to like 10, 11, planning more stuff. This literally been like the rhythm of the day. Like we're not like partying, we're not like going, Ibiza or anything like that. We're like nailing this because we see the vision. The opportunity window is open for voice AI of this level. If you've listened to any Hormozi clips or whatever, like we listen to now, might show you the podcast we listened to today, is there's a certain window open and we're just leveraging that as much as possible. Like this is like finding Bitcoin when it's at $1, like I've said. This is
Mhm.
like the freshest opportunity. And to be so early for an opportunity that's just beginning is almost like when the internet was taken off. And if you started back then, you're like, oh, you're so ahead of everybody else. Back when smartphones came out with the apps, if you were ahead then, you were ahead if you're making apps. Um, once GPT came out, if you started then, you're so ahead of everybody else. People starting today, I'm like, compared to me, to the average GPT like user who's just logged on today is like, oh, give me a recipe for whatever. Like you're cooked. Like you cannot compete with me or us or as a team because we're using AI on such a mass scale, and monetizing it that is just uncomparable. Like you're literally ahead of 99.99% of the people on the planet. I want to emphasize that you're ahead of literally the entire planet, but in terms of tech and the technology and where this is going. And that should make you feel very safe because the economy, the government, having a job, like it's just so unstable when I think about it. And I do think about other people. And I'm like, wow, like this is what they have to worry about. When I can work from my laptop, write prompts, which are assets. I've worked on this once and now it can be reused again and again. We're getting cool clients who see the future and are also aligned to that future. Full abundance. There's infinite leads to go for. We understand technology, which is going to be the world in like 5 years. AI is going to take over and absolutely disrupt freaking everything. We're in a good spot. Okay, in my opinion, we're in a good spot right now. It's like we kind of joke around. We're on a different planet, and it feels like we're on a different
It
planet,
does.
like literally a different planet right now. I do question reality and if we're in a simulation. Maybe I'm in my own simulation, but more power to us. And the way we're heading with this is creating your own simulations. And just to give you a sneak peek to wrap this up, I might just switch from my laptop because it wasn't working on Angela's. I might kill this. Let's see. Yeah, stop your share. One thing I want to do for the team, and I had this idea. Where was this? So you have my GPT. What I want to do, everything I discussed is going to be a game. Where if you've had a video game, you have your player cards, you have your XP points, you have your level ups, you have your avatar, you have your badges, you have your daily missions, your weekly missions, you get bonuses for, you get cash for. I want to turn this to a game, and I just literally code this in like two seconds with ChatGPT 5, because it's available on my PC but not on my Mac. I don't know why. And if I run this code, see if it works. Now this is super basic, but I want to get a full-on developer to actually create this. Well, imagine you log in, you got your logins for email and password as normal. The Quantum Syndicate has a background login screen like any game has, like a video avatar screen or something like that. Maybe something you can choose, and then enter simulation. Boom, and it goes into your account, and you have daily missions. You have your own log of all the previous people you sent mirrors to. Everything we discussed here, where you can paste the profile and it creates the message for you, will be done in here and it'll be logged, so you know how many people you're sending this to. You can have a focus timer, like a Pomodoro timer, so you can set this to 33 minutes, and then boom, work for 33 minutes, take a break. Work some more, take a break, like I used to do. Once stuff is done, boom, you can mark the stuff as done. You get XP points. You got your own agent, your player card. There's going to be leaderboards where you can see every other team member and how they're doing and what level they are and how much XP they have and their player cards. And even with Quantum, the free course I'm going to give you, Quantum Leap OS, the prompts we give you find out your personality type, your Myers-Briggs personality type, your Enneagram, and your Colby score, and that can be on the profile. You can see other profiles of other users, or other team members, and see how you maybe start a chat or relate. Like this is going to go to that level. Everything we showed you here is just lives in GPT, but there's going to be an interface and an automation in the background doing all this stuff for you. Even creating the mirror simulations. That's going to go in here and then boom, they can create the mirror simulation. Your link could be created for you. You can send that out. You get the recording of the link of the conversation from the client, because you can, this is for transparency. You can see, hey, this client took the call. This is what they said. Here's the voice call recording. You can actually hear them speak to AI and have a conversation. If you want to learn sales or coaching, well, what better way than have AI to teach you by listening, improving your English, and be like, oh, this is how you say stuff. Well, this is how you reply to this. Or here's the objections I get. How did AI tackle this objection? And I'm going through this myself, by the way. My own AI is teaching me stuff about my own business. So what an epic way. Like this is just so fun to live life. And I cannot wait for this to come out. Cannot wait. And it's not too far off. Not too far off. So I've got other ideas, of course, how we can, have a CPA network and stuff. But again, I don't want to overwhelm you. There's a lot more to this. There's a lot more to this, how I want to plan this out and map this. But for now, hopefully some of this makes sense. Thank you for being part of this. Honestly, I really appreciate it from a deep, deep level. I've ran with teams before. Things have always imploded. There's always been some issue that the team collapsed and I'm no longer in contact. But I want to bring back all those team members from my last 14 years on this journey, which has been a long journey in the internet world, tie everyone back together and kind of launch this where I'm a different person. I'm teaming up for Angela. She's just superstar in every realm, just knows every single side of the business, and me as a personality can reveal my blind spots. Cool clients, being on a mission that's literally the future. Like this is literally the future of funnels, of technology, of webinars, of sales calls, which is the holy grail. Compared to any other company I see, like Mind Valley or whatever, like they don't have none of this. And you would imagine this company is making
Amazing.
hundreds of millions of dollars. Like, surely you'll find a way to do this, but they don't. They don't. Probably because they don't have 14 years of crazy rage-filled experience of me being working in the hotel lobbies and malls my whole life, literally, to pull this off and have so many different projects. Because I've worked in every single kind of category of making money. Besides e-commerce, I've never sold physical products. But besides that, I've tried every single thing. So when it comes to me designing this stuff, it's just so easy because it's just there. I mean, I think of these ideas like every hour. Every hour, I'm like, Angela, I've got this idea. Angela, I've got this game idea. Angela, I've got a CPA network. Like, Angela, I've tweaked the prompt. Angela, the prompt can be better. I realize now. So it's just so funny.
That's
So
why we want to do more of this.
yeah, do more of
It's
this,
changing.
more streams. There's like when I realized I've got my initial team of 5 people or so, and I was like, okay, I can't communicate this to everybody every day because I'm literally spending my whole life talking to team members, which I can't do because I've got stuff to do. However, the streams are perfect because I can make one Zoom call or Discord stream, have the chat live, publish it, make short form content,
to pull in other team members and clients. So I'm repurposing this content to actually make more content, turn this into blogs, turn this into posts, and then expand from there. So everything is super aligned in the sense that I'm channeling my transmission, as I call it. This is a transmission, and that transmission is being multiplied, is being compounded. Because I'm taking this and boom, you guys are doing something, the GPTs are doing something, you guys are using GPTs, Angela's doing something now, the clients are bringing me ideas, I'm growing, of course, I'm evolving and learning stuff new, new stuff every day. And it just like boom, 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 compounds. And it's really speeding up. Like this week is like I've noticed like a literal exponential like shift in the business, in like my thinking, in my energy. Like I've survived with very limited food because we're getting so much nourishment from the business. There's a very difference between like nutrition and nourishment, in my opinion. And we can, this whole other topic. But yes, you can get nutrition from your vegetables and your whatever, potatoes, or you can get nourishment from downloads and your business and who you are as an identity in this life, in this reality. And that fuels you more than like 3D little fucking food. Yes, you still need it, but it's just you're tapping into a different energy source, which is epic. And that's really to summarize, to recap this, is really what I want you guys to experience. I wish you guys can experience what I've experiencing right now, and you will. And that's the most beautiful gift that I can give you as an entrepreneur to another entrepreneur who's doing the same thing, who's learning, who's literally me 10 years ago. When I see you guys, you are literally me 10 years ago. I see the same mistakes, some of the questions, the ideas, the mindsets, like, visions, aspirations, or how do I do this? I don't know if I can do this, or can I even message people on LinkedIn? Like it's like, relax, we got this. Like everything you're going through and have gone through, I've most likely gone through myself. That's why it's kind of very easy for me to navigate this kind of process. And Angela's literally getting front row seats the whole journey. Lucky her.
Like
But
me.
yeah, it'll be epic to meet you guys as well.
Yeah, I was wanting to add that. I really I'm looking forward to meet each of you, like really individually, because each of us we will be
Yeah.
great team.
So just superhumans, I guess. It's literally where humans are evolving. There has to be some kind of blend with AI identity,
Mm,
communication. This is all the skills we're learning. How to communicate, how to brand yourself, how to speak, how to present yourself, how to position yourself, etc., etc., etc. Some notifications going through.
just LinkedIn
LinkedIn? Yeah. I see that replied.
messages. Oh yeah, and I want to add
Got it.
also that the reason why I got so many um
Seb?
oh yeah.
Yeah, phone control. Yeah, we sent him the new demo. So they had the old versions and the new ones. Hmm. He spoke to this thing for 20 minutes. It's funny.
Finding
But yeah, we're
control.
basically going through this and see how many, I don't know how many started conversations you have.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm not going to show you the full list of clients, but Angela's tracking this manually, mirror sent, video sent, book call. But you guys don't need to worry about that.
yeah.
Exactly. She does that. You guys now focus on just hitting her with leads, and then I'll focus on closing leads, generating cash, doing deals, paying you guys whatever you need, bonuses, dashboards, hourlies, whatever the fuck. Like money to me is not the goal. It's literally just a scoreboard. That's why I want leaderboards as XP. It's just a scoreboard, like any game. Like it gets to like whatever games you play, GTA 5 or something. We have so many resources. You're just like, meh, like great. It's just a number at this point. Like that's why eventually, not right now, but in about a month or two, I feel it's gonna hit a point where like I'm like, great. I don't really care about this. All I care about is working with cool people, cool clients, learning, evolving, focus on my body, focus on my health. Like that is it. That is the new superhuman, a fully holistic human, not just money. Like oh,
But
money,
that's
like
me too.
money. Like it's like when I see those people, I'm like, wow, you're missing out on so much life. But like it's like money. Or like I rather focus on my health and my family and other things, my spirituality, my connection to God, rather than like just money. But again, I understand those people. They have a different way of thinking. But my thinking is just no, they have to be when you think of well-being and health, it's not just money. It's just everything. There's so many things to it. There's relationships, social people, who you work with, what you're working on. Are you passionate? Like there's like a whole like little circle of like just different traits that you need to kind of stack out. So that's what I believe in, what I stand for, and Angela as well. And hopefully you guys do vibe with this. And I'm not sure how long this has gone for, but we've been ranting for a while. I'll stop my share. I don't know how long it's been going for. Doesn't matter. We'll be here tomorrow and the day after with new updates. But for now, this is probably the best, most recent update, and I don't think it's going to change drastically from here. This is as tight as it gets, as effortless as it gets, as compressed as it gets when it comes to the flow. I know it's not sharing my screen, but I'm tapping into, not this script. Go away. Share my screen. So just one final share, and we'll wrap it up. So when it comes to the flow, boom. You guys do up to number 3 to recap. Angelo will take over the referrals, the VSL, book calls that's on me now, shift to the sniper team. And that's it. We've got a tight little military operation here. Hence the military names, the SWAT team, the sniper team, the support team. Like, those are all inspired by games I've played or shooting games or stuff I've done. My background being from Ukraine. So it's just fun. It is a military project designed for the growth and expansion of humans and human consciousness on this planet. Because God, that is what this planet needs. For people to think on a different level beyond just the basic survival shit that we've seen. Enough of that.
Can I add something? Okay, so uh, just few tips. I think the most important reason why we got so many sales up till now was because I was trying to be really quick with the messages.
Mhm.
Like I was on my laptop when I was seeing the message. I said, "Oh, let's see
Yeah.
who is it."
It's called speed to lead, yeah.
Speed to lead.
The quicker you respond to
Or
someone who's actually online now
because
versus tomorrow,
he's there.
yeah,
Yeah.
hit him up, boom. And it's copy and paste. Another thing I forgot to mention just quickly is if you find a lead and we need to kind of find someone in these threads, it gets a bit, convoluted. So you can always type in the name of the lead, for example. We've done a lot of these, Jeremy Perlman or something like that. And it'll find, if I spelled his name
Yeah,
correctly,
Jeffrey.
Jeff. I
We have
always,
three Jeffreys.
yeah, we have like 3 Jeffreys on the list. So we've done a lot for him, but if you can find, boom, yeah. So this was the old message, but
Yeah.
if you have one lead, which you've mostly sent only one message, you can just type it into search here, and it will find it, and then you can send them the second message or the third message. So it's a super quick tip for you guys to just get back and find that message.
And the second thing, also very important, follow up with leads.
Yeah, we'll do a whole train on that actually.
Oh, okay. Like
Yeah,
even
but
this
it's a valid point.
message, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
don't let them.
I mean, yeah,
Because they come back.
yeah, if you're just waiting for that one person to reply every single time, like Angela's probably got most of these sales from follow-up. Like
Yeah.
there's been it's like 50-50. It's like you're literally losing 50% of the, potential by not following up because people are busy. We've been busy. Like I've not spoken to family or friends, and I respect it when you guys have actually sent me a second message or a third or a fifth. Some of you sent me 5 messages to follow up and be like, yo, is this project still on? What are we doing? I love that. You have the follow-up gene built into you somehow. You obviously cultivated it, you weren't born with it, but this is exactly what this process needs because all of the results are in the actual follow-up. The messages are super good. They get through the noise. But if you can send a second message or a GIF, which we're going to show you, we're going to do a
Yeah.
funny follow-up on how we follow up.
Just treat them like a friend. Like really, I'm like, oh,
Yeah, just
my
show, like-
connection. You're my friend. Welcome.
Yes.
Come be my
Yes,
friend.
I'll say whatever I want. I'll crack whatever cheeky joke or whatever. Like it's just funny, and that automatically shows personality, and then they vibe with it better. They open up because right now it's like, oh, like what do they want? Like what?
Everyone is so rigid.
Way too rigid. It's
Yeah.
like, geez, yeah.
So yeah, that
Sorry.
was, I don't know what that.
I clicked on some random thing. My bad. I'm using her laptop, so ancient. Anyways, this is so bright. We're gonna take a break from this radiation, and then go from there. Cool. Hopefully you enjoy that. Any questions, any feedback? I'm gonna do another stream next week, Monday, Tuesday. So I'm gonna cover again. I'm gonna hit this again and again and again. I don't think it's gonna take many, maybe one or two more to like really explain everything.
Yeah.
From then on, it will literally be me doing my Dream 100. I'll fire up my screen and I'll be doing it with you. I'll be doing the messaging. I'll be testing. I'll be like, oh, this prompt can be improved. I'll do that tomorrow. Boom. And you'll see me in the flow of things. Right now, it's like, okay, this is what's happening, of course. But the next streams are literally going to be documenting me. Like, if you've seen those kind of study with me videos on YouTube where someone just has a camera and they're studying, it's kind of the same idea, which I've, kind of got inspired by. But I'm actually doing the same things that I'm showing you, the exact same stuff, and you can see the messages, you can see the replies, you can see some of the simulations. I might show up some of my calls and they say, "Oh, I messed up here. I should have said this." So you might want to learn some scriptings or sales methodologies if you want. Content, you're going to see tons of the content we're going to clip from these videos. It'll be funny.
It's crazy how
Um,
much education. Like, you don't
Epic.
need nothing. No more courses, guys. You don't need nothing else. I'm
Exactly. Like,
telling you.
it's-
You're done with that.
I mean, you can do it if you want. I'm just saying you don't need to be here, to be honest. Like, go watch videos, etc. But I'm gonna distill literally the most raw signal, no fluff, no fucking about. Like the most raw thing of this is do A, B, C, D, monetize, which is of course what you want. Like, I know some of you may want to be here as a hobby, but the ones that are here to actually provide income and help their family out and pay their rent and pay their bills and credit cards or whatever you need to do, move to a new location. That is what we're aspiring to do, and that's what I'm here to show you. Because I'm going to do it for myself. I'm going to move out this place and get a proper studio, paint the walls, do my own style, move to a different city potentially, so I can really take this to the next level. I've been in this place for a while. I want to move on as well and upgrade my life, and it just makes sense that you guys want to do the same. Hopefully, I don't know. I don't know if they want,
I think they won't.
of
Who
course.
doesn't?
Well, we'll see. We'll
Get
see.
paid and
The best thing
learn.
about this process is, everyone's excited now, but at the end, after a week or a month, we'll get to see who the real superstars are, which
Yeah.
is my favorite process, by the way, because I see who the real elite superstars are and the ones actually gonna last the process, even though it's so simple of a process.
We should mention the pain from the podcast we said today.
The podcast.
Yeah, we seen with Alex from
Oh,
Boston.
we will. We'll cover so much of stuff, but right now, I know we probably can go for like an hour plus,
Yeah.
so we'll keep it short. Lean in a bit so you're not cutting your face off.
Look
All right.
forward.
Catch you in a bit. In a bit. So how do we